Good morning. Welcome back to SBJ Weekend Review. If it's your first time listening, this is the podcast where we go over the past weekend at Shiloh Baptist Church. I'm Keagan Holsey. To my left is Chad Holsey. How are we doing this morning, Chad?
Fantastic. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody has survived the Christmas season, and we're headed into the new year.
I'm feeling a little sick this morning.
Uh-oh. I think there's a lot of people that are sick right now.
And when I first woke up and I was talking to Mom, I was sounding really nasty. So I'm glad that it's cleared up a little bit for the show, so you don't have to listen to the grogginess. But, yeah, a lot of people getting under the weather. There's like 3 different sicknesses going around right now, I think.
Yep.
I have the second one.
Okay. Well, I didn't know they were in order or what order they are. But, yeah, a lot of stomach bug issues. I think that's what Christy has.
Oh, I have that.
Is that the number 2 issue that
but
you
I think
have?
I'm getting a little bit of 3 now because my throat's hurting a little bit. My nose is stuffy. So I think I have 2 and 3.
Well, I'm not happy to be sitting so close to you then because
2 is
I'm feeling fantastic.
2 is purely stomach.
Oh, see, that's not good.
Yeah, it was had a rough couple days. Not throwing up though, which is good.
Yeah, well, yeah, throwing up's my least favorite.
And this is a hot take here. I like throwing up.
Wow, really? No, I don't like
the
the acid.
second you're done throwing up, you never feel that good again. Well, that's the best feeling. The second you get done throwing up, you're like, I could go run a marathon right now.
I disagree completely, but I'm glad that works for you. That's crazy.
I like it.
Nah,
I just don't like the build up to it. That part's terrible.
The nauseous and yeah, I don't like it.
But oh well.
I prefer not to do it. And I'm this is way too much information, but I'm not a quiet puker.
No, and I think it'd be weird if somebody was.
It's pretty violent. No, I've heard people that they just don't make any noise. You're just like, whoa.
Open their mouth and it's falling out.
I guess, yeah. I don't know how they do it. That's impressive. It's impressive, but that's not me.
No.
Anyhow, yeah, that's a gross discussion. Way to start the podcast.
Hope none of y'all are eating.
Hopefully no one's eating. I just had Chick-fil-A, God's chicken. It was good. And so I am ready to go for the day. I'm excited. A new week. We're fixing to wrap up this year. It's about to be over.
Yeah, getting close. It's the
2025.
It's the 29th today.
Today's the 29th. Yep. Looking at your new watch. That's very fancy.
There's people asking if we were doing anything for New Year's here at the church.
So, no, nothing here at the church. My Sunday school class is going to go to the Marcinkos, and we're going to party like it's 1987 or something like that. And we're doing something. I don't know about anybody else, but I know our class is meeting, and we're going to have a good time and going to eat, of course. That's something Baptists are always good at, and we're going to do a few other things, but I think it's going to be fun.
Well, I'll just tell them to go to the Marcinkos then.
Well, yeah, I mean, come to the Marcinkos. We'll party but that means the next Sunday you have to come to my Sunday school class if you come.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't think that's true because I was invited and I have my own Sunday school class that I have to go to.
Well, but that's different because you're the teacher and some of the students from my class, parents are going to be there, so that will fortunately involve them. So they'll be a part.
Wow.
It'll be good.
They better not be skipping out of my class. I had a small group this week.
I think everybody was down. I think when you look at the numbers, probably the lowest Sunday we've had in probably 2 or 3 years probably. I mean, we were low. We had 130 something.
In Sunday school?
No,
or total?
No, just total combined. When you combine both services, in Sunday school, I think we had 80 something, which isn't terrible.
It's a good turnover.
But it was still pretty low for us because we've been averaging right at 100 in Sunday school, and then in the 2 services combined, we've been averaging, 180 to 200, and then so I don't think we even broke 150. So that was pretty small for us.
For the number that you gave for the services compared to the Sunday school number, that's a pretty good amount at Sunday school for the amount that is there at services.
Well, I think the biggest issue, and I do know that there are folks that are out of town, and that's one thing, but I think the other thing that really hurt us is there's a lot of people that are sick.
A lot of sick, a lot of travel. A lot of my kids were still traveling back from where they've been.
Yeah. So we got traveling, we got sick, so a little bit of everything. And then, of course, this crazy weather. 1 minute it's 72 degrees, and right now, at midnight this morning, it was the warmest it was going to be. And it has done nothing but get colder and colder. And it'll do nothing but get colder until
I was confused
sometime
this morning.
tomorrow.
When I woke up, I didn't know how to dress. Because I knew Tuesday, I remember you said it was supposed to get really cold. So I was like, well, what is Monday going to be cold? Or is it somewhere in between? So I just wore a warm jacket and shorts just to play it safe.
I wore my brand new Cowboys hoodie and that I got for Christmas.
Looking like Schottenheimer.
For my beautiful bride. And so, we're go Cowboys. We beat the Washington. I wanted to say something else, the Commanders. And so it was two really bad teams playing against each other, and we beat a really bad team. Go Cowboys. So, anyhow, it was good.
Yeah,
anyhow,
we beat
I like it.
A bad team that also doesn't have their starting quarterback.
Hey, that worked for us. And we barely won, I think. Anyhow.
We're out of playoff contention, so.
Right, yep, we're out of playoffs, so we're just trying for a win.
This might be bad. With NFL, boys. Once I find out they're not going to the playoffs, I don't watch anymore. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch yesterday.
I didn't either. I had to fix the washer that got broken and had a few do.
Who broke it?
I'm not going to say. They misloaded it, and
they might be across the hall right now, so we got to keep our voices down.
Well, she's going to listen. She's going to hear. I mean, she's going to know. I mean, oh no, we don't know who it was. Just somebody broke it. And we don't know who they were, but
I'll put it this way: there's 3 people that live at the house, and it wasn't me or him.
Awesome. Well, we can probably figure out who it was then. If you're a detective, you can probably put that together.
Yeah.
And know real quick. But anyhow, it's fixed. I fixed it. I had to tear it all apart and fix it and then put it all back together. But it's done. I got water everywhere. Probably ruined the floors.
He came in this morning and he said, yeah, the washer got broken, but luckily your dad's a genius.
I am a genius. I was able to fix it. Thank the Lord. My prayer is like, Lord, I can't afford a washer right now.
Right.
So please help me be smart enough to fix what's going on here.
How long did it take you?
Probably an hour and a half because you had to take – well, see, I didn't know where to start. So I started with the back, which was not where I needed to start.
Really?
And then I needed to take just the top off. Just taking the top off would have been the way to go. But I didn't know that. So I took the back off, figured out what needed to happen, took the top off, put the back on, and then fixed it, and then put it all back together. So
there you go.
It was great.
Well, I'm glad everything's back up and running.
We're running. Well, I hope. Well, we actually haven't tried to wash laundry, so I'd be interested to see what happens when someone washes their first load.
Well,
it could get exciting.
Me and you could always just bring our stuff, our laundry with us to work and use the
That was my conclusion when I was told that the washer wasn't fixed. I went, I can just wash at the church.
Just take my stuff here.
I'll just do my laundry at church while I'm working.
I already have a closet in the youth room. I could just move all my clothes here.
Yeah, no, that's probably the best way to go. So, but that's what happened. Yeah. So hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas?
I had a great Christmas.
Yeah.
What a sweet special day.
A what?
A sweet special day.
The day or the whole thing?
I shouldn't have eaten hibachi in the current state that I was already in.
Gotcha.
So that just made for me a world of trouble.
Hibachi was great.
But it was so worth it.
So good.
It's always worth it.
It tastes good. What it does to our bodies, I don't think is good, but I think it's good when we're there eating.
Well, you have hibachi, and then I threw sushi on top of that.
Yep, I did not.
So a lot of nasty combos going on there.
Yeah.
Alex said, as we were getting to the end of eating, he stood up and did a little dance and said, all right, fourth quarter, this is where it separates the boys from men. And then he didn't finish his plate. So I was like, we did all of that. All the theatrics, and you didn't even finish it.
Didn't even finish. Come on, man. Well,
I'm proud to say I did.
Yeah.
And also proud to say Emma Grace didn't finish hers. So I got 2 for the price of 1.
Right.
Actually, for the price of none.
Right. Yeah. That was my Christmas gift. One of those surprise gifts that I didn't know about. I'm just kidding. But no, it was nice to have, because with Haley being moved out and they have so many obligations with Alex's family, because Alex's family is here. And so it is a big family, and so there's a lot of obligation there. And I'm glad she has that family, and they're able to go and that kind of stuff. But then now we still haven't done Christmas dinner, which we're doing sometime, I think, next week when you get back from Florida.
Yeah.
So Christmas dinner is going to come 2 weeks later.
I mean, we could do it late tonight.
I'm fine with doing it. No, we can't because Alex is working. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess everybody forgot I was going on a trip.
Yeah, I think we thought about doing it Sunday night, but Haley said Sunday night, which was last Sunday night, not last night, Sunday night. And so that's where the confusion was, because then we were going to do it, but then they weren't back from Illinois. And so anyhow, we'll do it. We have ham and turkey and all kinds of stuff, and we'll do a big Christmas dinner, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Hopefully everybody will
I was
come.
wondering what all that was for.
Yeah, big Christmas dinner. We're
Christmas dinner in February.
Yeah, yeah. The rate we're going, yes. The rate we're going, it'll be at least mid January.
Yeah.
So
good.
But no, it'll be good. But I was glad that we did gingerbread houses together, and everybody was there. And I was glad that everybody came over and opened up presents, and we got to go to a hibachi. So I'm glad everybody wasn't for very long, but I'm glad we got to do it. It was good.
By the way,
that
cologne I got, that red one.
Yeah.
Did you get the same one?
I didn't get a red one.
Brother.
Is it good?
Something about that smell.
Why didn't I get the red one?
Dude, it's nice.
That's rude. I wonder why I didn't get the red one.
It kind of has some accents of like a chai latte.
Ooh, gross.
It smells the way a chai tastes to me.
Really?
And I love that.
Love that. Well, I got a blue one, which smells good.
I also got a blue one.
It's wearing it Sunday.
You didn't get two?
No.
See, I got the blue one and the red one.
I think originally I had two, but then she regifted it to Alex somehow. I don't know exactly what all happened.
Did he only get one too?
He got two, but he got my second one, I think. I don't know exactly how it worked. I don't know exactly what happened.
Well, we can find out right now.
We should call her in.
Get Santa in here.
Yeah, you're going to have to text her.
She's working.
She's in there. Well, she's trying to do end of year stuff for the church. So yeah, Miss Tracy's here doing end of the year stuff for the church that needs to be done, so we can close the books on 2025. So I'm excited about it. So how was Sunday school? I know you were low, but
I was low. Yeah, we've continued in Luke. I did have a special visitor, Mike Henry. It was fun having him up there.
Good dude, man. I like Mike.
Love that guy. I got to hear some cool stories of the youth department before we were here, which was fun. When I first moved up to being in the youth class, everybody was so much older than me, so I was like scared to like go up and talk to people at first, because I was like, I don't want to be annoying, because which is weird because there's something has shifted, because when I was a younger one and everybody was older, I was scared of the older guys, so I was more reserved and quiet. And now it seems like like when I was a senior, the new guys coming in, they didn't care about the older guys at all.
No,
they were
the lack of respect
fully
there.
themselves and very loud. And I remember like me and Alex would get so frustrated with some of the like younger squeakers that would never be quiet. But anyway, so I would sit by myself, and Mike Henry, for like those first couple weeks until I started like making friends, would walk over there to me, and we'd throw a ball back and forth for like 20 minutes every Wednesday night. Yeah. So it was cool having him up there again. Him and Dusty up there at the same time, because they were who were running it when I was first going into that class. I think Haley was like my only friend I had up there, but she didn't want to be my friend while we were up there, so I was a sad, lonely boy. Yeah. But yeah, we're still in Luke. We went over Luke chapter 3, and we went over 3 kind of aspects of Jesus' message and ministry. As we read through, we talked about John preparing the way for everybody. Dude, it's everywhere.
If I had my phone, I would have a better answer.
It's all right there.
It's all on the phone.
The first is the simplicity of Jesus' message, which was it's a phrase and then just a one word. So the simplicity of Jesus' message, repent. We talked about, because it says that John went around doing baptisms of repentance. And we kind of broke down what the word repent means, how that should affect the way that we live. Then the second thing was the tone of Jesus' message, which is apocalyptic. And we read where John quotes Isaiah chapter 40. And it's this very apocalyptic, end of the world type language. And then I use as an example, I don't know if you remember, like anytime we drive to like Tennessee or even when we go to Florida, we always happen to like go across these billboards. It's like, repent or you will go to hell. It's like it's very scary. And it's like even me, like I believe in what that says, but I'm like, yeah, that's a little harsh to look at as you're driving down the road and think about the people that live here and see that every day. And how we kind of have this view towards that kind of language. But the reality is one of two things could happen at any moment. We could either die or, the end times start. So it's a very real thing, although it is scary, but that's the tone that we see in the phrasing when he's quoting Isaiah 40. And the last was the essence of Jesus' ministry, which was substitution. Obviously, there's the bigger example of him substituting himself for us on the cross, but we were looking more at the example because in chapter 3, it's when Jesus gets baptized. And I've had a lot of students text me and ask why Jesus needed to get baptized. So it was a good opportunity to talk about it on a lesson to clear up some of those questions. And just kind of described like why he did it and how it was like an example for us. And kind of talks about how he lived the life that we were supposed to live, and then died the death that we deserve. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Luke chapter 3. And then next week we're going into chapter 4.
Chapter 4. So you're just going to go all the way through just Luke? You're just hammering through Luke?
Yeah, we're having fun, so I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think people getting it. They're getting it. I think it's good. We wrapped up Advent. We're just looking at from Isaiah. He used some words. Emmanuel, our Heavenly Father, Prince of Peace. But then the last one was this week, and we talked about that he's the great I am. But what a lot of people don't understand with the I am, it goes all the way back to Moses, right? And Moses said, who do I say sent me? He said, say I am sent you. Well, a lot of people go, well, that just seems like a weird terminology, weird wording. But really what the I am simply means is Yahweh or Jehovah. So when he went to the leadership, the Israel's leadership, and he walked in and they said, well, who says that you're in charge? And he says, who says that what you're saying is right? Who sent you? Yahweh sent me. Jehovah sent me. And so that I am goes deeper when you understand that. So we really dove a little bit deeper into this thought of I am. So God is the great I am. He's Jehovah. He's Yahweh. And what that really means is that God is everything that we're not. So if you're lacking in discipline, God is the great provider. If you're lacking in money, God provides. If you're lacking in strength, God provides. And God is the great. And so if you look through the names of God, you go through where they say Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Roth, Jehovah, and they add that. And what it is he is that part in which you're lacking. And so then you jump to Jesus, and Jesus says, I am the bread of life. I am the light. I am the way. I am the truth. And so for Jesus to say, I am, he's putting himself on the same level of God. He's saying that he is Jehovah, that he is Yahweh. Yeah. And so when you grasp that and you get that, see, a lot of people want to just say that, oh, Jesus was a good prophet, he was a good man, but he wasn't the Son of God. Well, Jesus here in his I am statements, and I think through the New Testament, he several times where he has his I am statements where he's clearly saying, I am Jehovah. Yeah. I am Yahweh. And so when you look at that, you dive deeper into that. For those people who are like, well, I think Jesus was he wasn't just a good dude. He was the Son of God. I mean, he is the great I am. And so anyhow, we just talked about that for Christmas time. He came as a child and he was born, that kind of a deal. But he did that to show the world that he is Jehovah, that he is Yahweh. And he is the one that, wherever you're lacking in whatever situation, he's the one that fills that. He's the one that makes that. And so it's just a really, really neat thought when you really dig down into because everybody looks at Moses and goes, that's kind of a goofy thing to go in. Who sent you? I am sent me. What? Anybody just looking at that goes, that sounds weird.
But you also have to think like their language is different.
Well, and that's where when you then do know that I am means Jehovah, means Yahweh, then it's like, holy cow, man, that's huge for him to come in. Who sent you? Yahweh sent me.
Yeah.
Jehovah sent me.
That's cool.
And so and that's just a neat thing that we got to discuss in Sunday school and talk about, and just the power of his name, the power of who he is, but then even who Jesus is and his claims of who he was. Which goes deeper than him just being a good prophet or being a good dude or being a good guy, but he is the great I am. So
I read something pretty cool this morning that I don't remember ever. If I read it before, I didn't actually think about it or
process
anything.
it.
I think it was in Acts 19. Paul's going around doing cool stuff, but there's this one specific part where this guy's trying to cast out this demon, and the guy he's talking to that has the demon says to him, I recognize Paul and I know Jesus, but who are you?
Oh, it's great.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's great. You know how terrifying that had to be? That had to be terrifying.
I read that this morning. I go, oh my gosh.
I know Paul. I know him. I don't know you.
That was crazy. It was so cool.
Yeah, crazy.
And so I want to go back and reread that story again because I was like, dude, that would be so scary.
Oh, terrifying. Terrifying.
I'd be like, oh crap.
I don't even want to be having a conversation with one, let alone going, I don't know who you are. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Hey, you're a nobody.
Yeah, you're a nobody. That's me. I'm a nobody. So.
And then it said then the demon overpowered him.
Yeah, kicked his butt.
Dude,
that's awesome. Yeah.
Poor guy's just trying to do something.
No, yeah. See, I'm not messing with none of that stuff. I'm out. That stuff is off my radar.
I was like, dude, just to be a fly on the wall for that. Yeah, because, you got to think, when I think of a demon being in someone, anytime you're watching a movie and it's somebody speaking through somebody else, it's not that normal person's voice. It's a lot darker.
It's always dark and
scary. So hearing this dark, scary voice going, who the heck are you?
I don't know you. Uh-oh. Well, and then the stories later. Yeah, and then you got knocked unconscious, all right? It's one of those. Yeah, I was talking to a demon. Yeah, and then you got overpowered.
Dog
man.
Out of you. Oh, it's so funny.
You just got slaughtered.
I was just reading through that going, man, this would make a killer movie.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great to have. Yeah. Dude. Oh, man.
But you don't realize, the extent of what all Paul did until you read through it. I mean, you read through him talking about, he mentions it in different letters that he wrote about, the sufferings that he went through and all this stuff. And I mean, he went through a lot, but you don't realize how much that dude actually went around and did.
Yeah.
Until you read through Acts, you're like, oh my gosh, this guy.
Yeah. All over the place.
This guy's the man.
Well, if you go to the map and see his first missionary journey and then his second missionary journey and his third missionary journey, you're like, man, that guy. And it wasn't like just jumping into a car.
No.
It would take,
you say shipwrecked 9 times?
Yeah, it would take months. Well, it seemed like every time he got on a boat, it was going down,
dude,
I
get shipwrecked once, I'm not getting on a boat again.
I'm good, but that was your fastest form of transportation.
Yeah.
And man, them guys were, of course, at the mercies of the wind and all that kind of a deal. And and to get anywhere or do anything of any significant mileage took months, years. It took a long time. I mean, it wasn't something like, hey, I'm gonna be there. We can go 100 miles. We can go hundreds of miles in one day. Like in 15 hours, we can do 1,100 miles and be in San Angelo.
Yeah.
For them to do 1,100 miles would take months.
Yeah.
It would take months to do that we do in one day. And so, yeah, that's a crazy thought.
Well, and we say I get shipwrecked once, I'm not going back out.
Yeah,
let's go even on another scale. He gets stoned to the point where they thought he was dead. They dump him outside the city.
Yeah.
Brother hops up and goes back into the city.
Yeah. Well, they said he got up and then went to the next city and started preaching again.
There's no way.
Yeah, I'm going to take a minute. I just got stoned. I'm going to need to.
Well, because then what are
relax
you go to the next city? What are those people thinking? I'm not going to listen. This guy's somebody. He just got rocked by somebody.
Well, you look at him and go, man, I'm going to listen to him because man, they just try to stone him and he's still alive.
Yeah, and he's still wanting to talk about it.
Well, and then he was beaten multiple times.
Yeah.
Most people don't survive one time. He was beaten multiple
of course,
times.
most of his letters, he's in jail.
Yeah.
That's why I also like that he starts off most of his letters, I, Paul, prisoner of the Lord.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
So cool.
Paul's an interesting study. And
Miss Lisa gave me a book called Why I Love the Apostle Paul.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty killer.
That's cool. Miss
love
Lisa's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. So,
Miss Lisa's awesome. She always calls me BC.
Brother Chad?
BC.
BC Powder.
Yeah, well, that's what I think, but she always says BC, Brother Chad. So she's cool. So, all right. So when that was Sunday school. Services went good. Music was good.
I loved music this week. I had a good time.
I got to play the bass, and that's always fun. I like when Haley's here, and I don't have to, but I enjoy playing. I don't get to play very often. They never ask me to play the guitar anymore, but that's okay. I must be really bad.
We got two guys now. There's not.
We do. Yeah, I'm not needed, and I'm okay with that.
If you learn electric guitar, you'll be up there every week.
Well, I was thinking about that last night and some stuff I could do with the electric guitar. But anyhow, but yeah, I really enjoy getting to play the bass. But I also have enough going on that I'm glad Haley loves doing the bass and does the bass. And,
yeah. Speaking of music, though, Grandpa bought me some awesome drummer gloves.
Who?
Grandpa.
Gotcha.
And
how do they work Sunday?
Well, here's the deal.
You forgot them.
I did forget them. They're at the house.
Awesome. That's
so I didn't get
wonderful.
to test, but they're really cool. They're
Merry Christmas.
They're by it. It's a drummer brand, so it's like instead of doing baseball gloves or golf gloves, it's actual gloves meant for drumming, and they have like little grippy things all over the hands. There's no way I can drop a stick with these things on. But what happened is
I'll be interested to see.
I have to be here at 8 in the morning for worship practice.
Yep.
I woke up at 8:15.
Yeah, you were late.
And so I couldn't remember if church started at 8:20 or 30 or what. So in a panic, because I was confused because I went to bed at 9:30 the night before. That's the earliest I've gone to bed all year. So I was confused on how this could possibly happen. I jump up and I throw on clothes, head out the door. I get here and realize I don't have socks on, don't have a belt. I didn't have time to shower.
I thought you smelled pretty
I didn't
pungent.
smell. I smelled fine.
You just covered yourself in that red cologne.
I actually didn't spray it yet because I woke up so late I forgot.
Gotcha.
My cologne was sitting on a table that had the drummer gloves right beside it.
Gotcha.
So I got here. And I was like, I played the first. I was like, dang it, I didn't get the drummer gloves. When between services, I ran home to shower and put on some socks and a belt so I could tuck my shirt and not look like a hobo. I didn't look like a hobo, but I could have. I took the next step up.
Good.
And I got back here and I realized I forgot the drum gloves again. They're still at the house.
Jeez.
So there's obviously no time to run back, but I looked a lot better in the second service, smelt a lot better in the second service, felt a lot better in the second service. I blame the sickness going around, and my phone likes to do ghost alarms sometimes where it's supposed to go off and it just doesn't. So that's always fun because there's no way I'm turning it off in my sleep.
I don't know about that. There are some people that can actually turn the alarm off and go right back to sleep and not know it went off. That's crazy, right?
That must have been what I've done.
You can't do it.
I must have also done that the other day when we were supposed to go hunt. But anyways, yeah. But music was really good. It was mostly... We did a lot of hymns and then like some late 90s songs I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
That were really fun. I enjoyed it.
All I know is the bass player was on it today.
The drummer was not on it for that one song because that's the weirdest timing I've ever heard. And they did it a different timing the first service than they did the second. Because the first I had it figured out and I was playing along. Well, I was going to keep that same rhythm for the second service and it was a completely different timing.
Unbelievable.
So I was in panic mode trying to figure out.
They should probably communicate that.
I was
to
like,
you.
what time are we in now? Because I have no idea. I couldn't figure it out.
Of course, at that point, it's too late.
So I played a completely different rhythm very quietly and just hoped nobody noticed.
So I was going along and needed a second sheet and was looking for it. It wasn't there. And it was like a bridge and an ending, and I didn't have it. So I just quietly would hit the C. And when I think they were on C again, I'd hit that C again, and because I didn't know what to do. Yeah, I am sadly reliant on my papers, and if I don't have them, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Some of those guys can just keep playing and they get it. They kind of know it and that kind of a deal. But I'm not that good, I saw a musician say the other day, if you're playing in a worship band, you need to get to where you can play without having the sheet music and the stuff like that. And I'm like, well, then I'm not much of a player because I can't do that. I don't have that ability. So
it's not near the same, but I was going to flex. I have never used sheet music playing at the church. But she also I don't think they have it on the website, and you really don't need it. She tells me what time signature we're in, and I just rock with it.
Rock it.
Just figure it out.
Well, I do, and I need it because I'm not smart enough. But anyhow, and then we had several visitors. We had a family visit Sunday morning in the first service, and then in the second service we had several visitors. And so if it really weren't for the visitors, we'd have been in trouble because we had a lot of folks gone.
Yeah, our folks are slackers.
I do look forward to everybody being back, and I'm hoping this Sunday we'll have a big number, a big group of people. Hopefully everybody will be well and back in town and ready for church on Sunday. So, and then we talked about, in the services, we talked about your motivation, which I think was pretty good timing on my behalf. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. God works that way. We're in the Sermon on the Mount. And we're in chapter 6, and where Jesus is just, talking to him about what's your motivation for what you do? Why are you doing what you're doing? That's one of the things that I think is very important for us as Christians. Why are you doing what you're doing? And we gave 4 reasons, bad reasons, for doing what you do, and then we gave God's reasons for the things that we should be doing. And number one point I had, maybe not the number one reason, but the number one point I had was to help people, and that's what God's called us to do. The Bible says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love your neighbor as yourself." Your neighbor, of course, is anybody you come in contact with, and so I think it's important that we love and help those people around us. But then the second thing was I'm going to glorify God. Is what I'm doing give honor and glory to God? And I think that's some good questions to ask. And so you meditate on the things you do and why you do it and how you do it, and does that bring glory to God? And then third thing, of course, is your reward in heaven. The Bible says where your heart is, there where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And it says lay up not treasures here on earth, but to do it in heaven.
Where
because
moth and rust destroy.
And I have a hard time when I was reading that in the first service. I couldn't get where moth and rust doth destroy. I couldn't say it, and I kept scrambling over it and kept struggling with it. It was a nightmare. In the second service, I did much better, but in the first service, it was.
Well, I don't think anybody understood your commercial reference.
My commercial reference? What commercial reference?
I learned it from you, Dad.
Okay, so back in the 80s, maybe.
Mom
90s.
knew exactly what. I don't know what you're talking about.
She did.
Mom knew exactly what you're talking about.
So back in the day, when they were, drugs and they did a lot of drug
when they were
campaigning,
drugs.
And they didn't want kids doing the weed, and it has a dad comes in and he has this cigar box, and inside the cigar box is weed, and the dad goes, "Where'd you get this from? Who taught you this? How'd you learn? How do you know anything about that?" And he starts crying. The kid starts crying. He goes, "I learned it from watching you, Dad. Okay, I learned it from you."
Yeah.
And it was one of the commercials.
Mom said it's very dramatic and theatrical.
It was
way over the top.
It was great. So what I need to do is look it up and show it Sunday in church so people can see the dramaticness of it. But it was one of those commercials you're like, wow. Another dramatic commercial was they would show an egg and say, "Here's your brains." And then they would show eggs frying in a frying pan and say, "This is your brain on drugs."
Well, I remember I used to watch Disney and Nick as a kid, and they would put commercials up that I don't feel like a kid should be watching. It was very, it used to freak me out. It would be like a lady walks into a gas station and she tries to buy cigarettes, and he tells her, she asks for the cigarettes, he puts them on the thing, and she'll rip off skin off of her face and hand it to the guy, and then she pulls a tooth out and hands it to the guy.
Wow.
I was like,
I don't remember those commercials.
Very graphic and disgusting. And then I remember there's another one where they showed someone that had to do the talk box thing, and then cut to a clip of somebody else ripping flesh off of their body. I was like, what are we doing?
That's crazy.
It's supposed to be a kids channel.
Yeah, I don't remember those commercials, but
I promise you, 5-year-old Keagan's not buying cigarettes.
Well, they're probably trying to scare you straight. Keep you straight early. If they scare you now, then maybe as you get older.
Well, what I thought was interesting, when I was in Europe, any kind of tobacco or cigarette box, all of that, the box doesn't have a logo or branding. It's just the full box is a picture of someone with rotted teeth.
Really?
Or tumors. Like they legally have to put something like that on the box to sell it.
It's crazy.
And seeing people still buy the boxes.
I still need a box.
It's like, dude, I walking through the convenience store, I'm like, oh, gross. Like, I don't want to see all. Yeah, it's very nasty pictures that they have to put on the boxes to show. Of course, in Europe, everybody smokes.
Yeah.
Especially like in France, everybody you'd walk past had a cigarette, but they all have like these little fancy holders for it.
Okay.
That's like a mechanical device that filters it better, I guess, as they're inhaling it. I mean, yeah, everybody smokes. You'd walk past like a 12-year-old with a cigarette in his mouth, and you're like, he's definitely not old enough to be doing that.
But hey, there's no age limit, but I'm going to show you a very gross picture.
Apparently, like, I think it's like 16 is the age there.
Really? Nice.
So some of those kids, I was like, you're way too young, but they're young for here, not there.
Well, when I was a kid, me and my cousin Shane could just walk into a convenience store and you could buy tobacco as a kid.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
I just think it's funny how there they have pictures of tumors and rotted teeth, and here we have a really cool camel with sunglasses. Like we are on two opposite sides.
They've changed that. Obviously, they used to really promote cigarettes, and then they don't have the commercials anymore.
Here's a super cool camel that has sunglasses.
The camel was awesome, man. Yeah, I was like, man, that camel.
Here's a cool cowboy riding a horse.
Dead.
Here's an Indian over there. It's just like cancer. Here.
Yeah, man, just so good. So.
But super funny. Yeah, Europe's sick. I used Europe as an example for what I was talking about in Sunday school. We were talking about how death is a reality, and it's something to like keep in mind and stuff. And there was a place, I want to say it was in Portugal, where there's a bunch of paintings of like different scenes, and there's like skeletons in each one, and they were saying it's to like show you that death is real and can happen, and you can miss out on any of these moments. If you like rely on these moments and banking on the fact that they're going to happen, but that's not promised to you, and anybody could die anytime. Yeah. So super cool.
Yep.
I want to go back to Europe. I want you to go to Europe.
So me and Mom, for our 30th anniversary, I think. I don't know. She's whatever's coming up. We've talked about
30. Yeah.
That's rude.
Well, y'all had been married for 9 years before I came along.
Yeah.
The heck were y'all waiting on?
God.
Fair. Good point.
Anyhow, your mother had some troubles, and we didn't know that we'd ever have any more kids. We thought Haley was going to be it. You're our miracle baby.
That's what they call me.
Big pain in the rear. Anyhow, what were we talking about? Oh, so we're thinking about next year doing a European cruise.
It's not the same.
That's what I figured. It's probably not the same. But what I like about the European cruise is I'm not sleeping on a bus, and I'm not sleeping in a different place every night.
You can get hotels.
I can, right.
For very cheap, honestly.
But this way I can go back to the same bedroom every night. and I know where I'm going to sleep that night.
There's something like all this, the sleeping sucked and carrying my stuff everywhere sucked. The backpacking aspect of it, I feel like, makes that trip so much cooler.
Yeah, I'm old, and so I can skip that part of it and still feel like I've done well. So, and I don't know that we're going to do that. We kicked it around. We're talking about it, but we'll see.
Because we had everything pick up and go and no set like rooms for any nights. It was like kind of those.
You were free. Yeah.
Wherever we wanted to go see, we went. If we got bored in the city, cool, let's pack up and go to another one. Super cool. Because, I mean, some cities, we'd get off the bus. We'd wake up at 5 a.m. We're getting dropped off in a city. By noon, we've walked around the whole city. We've seen everything. And it's like, I guess we can go hang out somewhere. We can bounce to the next city. What do you want to do? Are you tired? Do you want to go like chill out somewhere for a bit? And there was one day we had a flight the next day. So we got a hotel room somewhere. And it was like noon. We'd already walked around the whole city. And we looked at each other. We're both like, this was like day 6 of the trip. We looked at each other and we're like, man, I'm kind of tired. You just kind of want to go to the hotel and nap. So, man, from noon to like 8 o'clock, we just kind of slept and ordered food up to the room. And we were just sitting there being lazy watching movies. And then nighttime came around when we went back walking around again and going and seeing stuff. But I really enjoyed that day just laying in the bed because I hadn't had a bed in 4 days at that point.
Yeah, see, I'm too old. I can't
get into a bed and get a reset, get a hot shower because, man.
Yeah.
Going days without a shower. I can't even go one day without a shower because it makes me feel gross, and I don't like the way my hair feels. It's like it hurts. The follicles hurt when you touch them.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Every day, sometimes twice a day.
So it was nice
to happen.
It was nice. But
Yep. So we're talking about doing that. We don't know yet. We've kicked it around, but that is something she is desirous to do. I would be more interested in going to like Scotland and Ireland. She's more in the England and Spain and France and that area. So
France, yes. I'm gonna be honest. England, it's cool. Not near as cool as Scotland. I had the most fun at.
That's because you got to walk around in a dress.
I wore a kilt, yeah. But if I could pick one of the places to live, it'd be Portugal. Portugal's so awesome.
Pretty awesome.
The people there are great. I don't know. I just like the setup of it. It's beautiful buildings. Everybody's friendly. Pretty much everywhere we went, though, everybody spoke English.
Yeah.
Really, the only areas we ran into some issues, a couple places in Spain, like Barcelona and Madrid, we went to a few restaurants where, I mean, our waitress had no idea what we were saying. And we had no idea what the menu said. I was like, it would be nice if you had a menu with pictures on it, because I can't read what it's called or the description of it, and there's not a picture. So
I'm ordering blind.
I just kind of went, I just pointed at something, and she brought it out. Of course, later we went to this place for lunch that Hank Fussell had told me, you got to go there and try all this. So knew exactly where to go and what to order. So that worked out pretty good. And then we got
So what you ordered, did you like it?
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's spelled Paella. It's basically just a skillet full of, it had like rice, sausage, just different meats and vegetables and stuff, and it's all just in this big skillet.
I could eat that.
And then I also got a giant turkey leg.
Oh, wow. Did you know you were getting a turkey leg?
Yeah, it's one of the things Hank told me to get, I think.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it was super fun.
Awesome.
In this big market. But yeah, no, France was cool. It was still nice, and people say it's dirty. It was still clean because they just had the Olympics there, so it didn't run into any issues there. But yeah, pretty cool. I sent you a video that I want you to react to. I'm not going to be able to throw it up on the screen for you guys. Sorry, I'm not that good at editing yet. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I don't want to put in all that effort, unfortunately.
Not yet.
So I texted Dad a video this morning. This is something I came across on Instagram the other day, and this is a real thing. I've done research on it. It is not a joke. This is real. You can have the volume up a little bit if you want.
Whoops.
Click on it, make it big.
I don't know how.
Man,
sorry for the technical issues.
It's not working like that. So I sent this to my friend Timmy because it's really funny. It's a church called the Grace Church. And there's a video game called Roblox. Have you heard of Roblox?
No, I've heard of Mario Brothers.
So the way Roblox works is you have your little character that you create, and there's multiple different games you can go into that you load into, and everything's online. So there's a ton of other people in there playing. When I was younger, I used to play a game on there where they would give a different natural disaster, and you'd have to try to survive it on this game. And so there's different games, but there's different worlds you can go into. The Grace Church is a world on this Roblox game where they have designed this property and put in a church building on this property. It's all a video game. And you can go there. Every Sunday morning, they have live services there where they have a full staff that gets on and does music. I don't know. I haven't done enough research to find out if they're actually performing the music or if they're just playing a song and having some of the staffers stand on stage and pretend to be performing. But there's like 8 people on stage, and it looks like this mega church, big screen, and it has the lyrics, and there's people, and you saw that the crowd's full. There's people showing up to this church service.
How are they showing up to a place that's not real?
Well, it's a video game world. You load into it.
That's crazy.
And so the way Roblox works is you could get on right now and design a game, and people can look it up and just join it, and you can have people live there in your game, either playing it, or it can just be a server where people can hang out and talk. But yeah, they have a guy that gets up. They do worship. They have a guy that gets up and does a message. They take up offerings. Here's the cool thing. Since it doesn't cost them anything to make the game or put it out, every dime that gets sent to them, I think they've raised $10,000 in the past 2 months that they've sent to like different charities and ministry, like missionary things that people are doing around the world. Every dime they're sending out.
That's crazy.
Because it doesn't cost them anything to do it.
Right.
And everybody's just sitting at their house. And I don't know how I feel, but I think it's insane. It's
crazy.
And as much as I wanted to hate on it, when I found out how much money they're giving to missions and stuff, it's like they're doing a good thing, but like that's also not the point of church.
Right.
You got to be there in person.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting, like, I guess it's community, but you know, you're not going to go hit up somebody on Roblox and rely on them as a life partner in any capacity. So I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's awesome that they're raising money, but when I saw that on Instagram, I was cracking up because I thought, surely this is fake. So I sent it to my friend Timmy. Of course, he was hating on it. He said like Paul is typing or something like that, and started laughing. But I looked into it. They have a full Instagram page. You can click on their link and donate it to them right now. And there's tons of people following this account. Like people are actually really into this, doing Roblox Church, which is so crazy to me. I think it's so funny.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I wanted to make fun of it so bad, but they're donating a lot of money to good causes.
Well, I'd be curious of what the message is, what they're preaching, that kind of a deal.
So that's the only thing. They don't have any. They only have clips up of worship. They don't have clips up. But in their Roblox church, in the lobby, there's an actual coffee shop where you can spend money to get Roblox money, and you can spend Roblox money on fake coffees that you don't actually drink.
That doesn't make no sense. I'm going to buy a coffee that I can't drink.
They sell shirts that you can put on your avatar that says Grace Church, but then also their coffee shop's brand. They have shirts for that. They have people that literally every Sunday get online and run the coffee shops and do they have people in place for their whole staff. It's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's insane. And all these people are just sitting at home. It's so wild to me. It's such a weird
concept.
It's
crazy. We've gotten into such a weird time in our world where if you didn't want to, you don't have to ever leave home.
Yeah.
You can do
and how
everything.
Unhealthy is that, though?
It's very unhealthy. I think God's made us to be people of community. That's one of our 5 things of our purposes, right? Is fellowship. And people say, well, I'm fellowshipping on there, but there's something about human touch, human contact, human interaction. And I believe it started back, of course, when we got cell phones and kids started texting. But it is.
COVID was a big drop off.
Well, COVID really hurt and even just escalated this idea of, well, I can just stay home. I can work from home. I can worship from home. I can buy from home. I can have everything delivered to my front porch.
Yeah.
I don't ever have to leave. It's
creating a world of hermits.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And
because even there's some young people that aren't going out and hanging out with people.
No, yeah.
And they don't feel a desire to go, which, man, for me, when I was in high school, I was trying to get out the house as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, and it's such a strange time, where I won't get made fun of if I stay at home. I don't have to worry about how I dress. I don't have to worry about what I look like. I don't have to.
Well, I don't have to pretend. Stay in bed. I can get on a video game and talk to people.
Yeah.
Which I did do that sometimes. Because I was like, man, I don't feel like seeing someone today. But it wasn't all the time, go a whole year without going and hanging out with people. It was more so just I'm tired today and I don't want to go deal with someone.
Right.
But yeah, it's a weird time we're living in where Roblox Church is something
thriving.
That's not just the thing, but thriving. That's
crazy.
Insane.
It's not just out there. I mean, it's actually sounds like it's doing really, really well.
Which is and I guess that's the difference. Because I was wondering, well, why wouldn't they just watch a live church service of an actual church, seeing real people? At least that's something. I still think if it's possible, you should be in person in a church somewhere. But then I realized, watching it, you're not really a part. There on this Roblox church, you're walking around through the church building, talking to the other members.
Really? That's crazy.
Before church starts, they're all...
Which is what people are... See, that's the thing. This isolation has created people a desire for connection, but we're connecting in stranger ways. Versus just getting up and going to church.
I watched a clip, and they're literally getting their coffee and talking to each other in this church lobby, this church that doesn't exist, drinking coffee that's not real, but they're talking to one another.
That coffee's hot.
And then they go into the church service, and you can see all the characters have their hands up, You see people's voice box. They're sitting there singing and worshiping God from their house on this fake church. It's so
why they sit there in their pajama pants.
It's so weird, and like I said, like I wanted to hate on it so bad, but they're donating a lot of money to missions. So it's like,
that's crazy.
How bad can you hate on it? You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're doing a good. I mean, they're doing a good thing, but are they doing a good? My hope is that after experiencing some kind of false community in Roblox church, it pushes people to go, well, hey, this isn't so bad. Maybe I need to go find a real church.
Go find a real church.
That's my hope for it, because I don't know. I just think, one, I want to know who pitched the idea and what the reaction was like.
Yeah,
because there's no way someone was like, this is the best idea I've ever heard. But then I guess if you think about the climate of the world right now, it is not a terrible idea. It seems to be working pretty good. So,
well, the good thing is, in this church, you don't have to worry about somebody coming in and shooting at you.
Yeah.
In this church, you don't have to worry about being church hurt. You don't have to worry about, the way people look at you, the way people treat you, because you can make yourself look good. Yeah. You can make yourself look awesome, and so I can see the attraction to it, except for the lack of human connection.
Timmy said he was going to text his pastor and say, hey, I'm not coming to church this week. I'm going to go attend Roblox church. Because
that pastor probably never, because I'd never heard of it. So if you'd have said that to me, I'd have been like, okay, hope you have fun.
Well, I told him, I was like, they do a Sunday night service. We got to attend one and just see what it's like.
Yeah.
I would love to, because I have Roblox. Me and my friends play horror games on Roblox sometimes. That's how diverse, and it's not a good game. Like, it is for the diversity of it, but the characters look really bad. It just the whole website seems cheaply made, which obviously, because anybody can get on there and make a game and it doesn't cost you anything. But yeah, I just thought that was super weird, and I wanted to see what you thought about that.
I think it's crazy.
It's a weird world we're living in.
I think Satan's doing everything he can to get us to substitute actually getting up and coming to church.
100%.
And
100%.
I think if he can get people to feel satisfied and feel complete and fulfilled sitting at home with their pajama pants, well, then that's where he wants you.
But then even then, what Satan's trying to do for evil, God's doing something good out of it, because there's
that's God.
Tens of thousands of dollars being donated to these missionaries and causes and stuff. And
that's cool. Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about God. God can take anything bad and make it good. He can take anything that we've messed up and make it good. And so I think that's incredible.
Who's calling?
Ball Ground. I don't know. Yeah. Are you getting a phone call from Ball Ground too?
My phone's over there. If I do get a call, it'll mess up the recording. So I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb today.
Okay.
But yeah,
don't call.
I don't think we had any comments this week, but
no comments this week.
Thank
you have
you guys.
Comments, you have questions, suggestions, thoughts, and if you have theological questions or even just silly questions, send them to us. We'll do our best to answer them, because we're deep theologians here, and we're willing to dive into anything. And well, maybe not anything, but we're willing to get into some things. And so y'all come talk to us. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this week. We look forward to seeing you guys either at upcoming parties or at the next service. Thank you guys for all you do and showing out, supporting everything we do.
Hey, y'all have a happy new year, and we'll see y'all in 2026.
That's true. See ya.
Bye.